my plan, if all this fails and I gotta let the truck go back to Ronnie and everything goes to... Let's get in here and renew these fertilizer contracts. Come on in. What's going on, Joe Fertilizer? Oh, not much. Just sitting here going over last year's contracts. Think we're gonna have to change the rate a little bit this year, Mr. 806 driver. Looks like we were charging about $5.50 a mile is what it was coming out to when you're hauling 27 tons. I think we're gonna have to get you down there around $5 a mile this year. What do you think about that? Man, Mr. Joe Fertilizer, I really don't know about that. We didn't really go up on you guys, you know, when fuel was $5 a gallon, and we kind of kept our rates the same. I thought, you know, kind of scratch our back, we scratch yours, you know, or whatever. But I guess if, you know, I don't know. Well, you know, corporate is really coming down on us, wanting us to, you know, cut cost wherever we can. So, by God, that's just what we're gonna have to do, Mr. 806. That's just it's the name of the game, and that's what's going on. You know, it's just fertilizer's high, and we got to cut costs where we can. Well, I guess if that's what it is, $5 a mile, a loaded mile, won't break us on a 50-50 run. We can probably make it work. Do it this year and kind of see what happens, and see if we can't do a little better next year. Maybe things will get better, and the economy will pick up, and you know, we can all work together and hopefully get these things back to where they need to be. Oh yeah, definitely. I think we can do that. We'll get through this year, and we'll come back in here this time next year, and we'll revisit it and see if we can get you back up to that 550 or something, maybe 525, and try to help each other out. Now, if you just come over here and sign this new contract right here, we'll get this all in the system, and we'll try to get you some load numbers, okay? Alrighty, Mr. Joe Fertilizer, I guess that's what we'll do. I'll get over here and we'll sign this contract. And we look forward to doing business with you this year. Hopefully we have a prosperous year, boom some of this high-speed crop feed, and hopefully we have some of them good cow hauling days, you know, hauling that fertilizer on that side dressing time, and, you know, run them 900,000 mile days for you, you know, and, you know, we work till 2 o'clock in the morning and start back over at 4 o'clock in the morning, and just go sit in that line up there at Woodward for you for 5 hours, you know, and we'll do what we can. Thank you, sir. We'll see you in a day or two when we bring you a load in here.
Boss man,
signing new contracts. What are you doing here, Lug Nut? I ain't seen you in forever. Where you been hiding? What rock did you come out from underneath?
Well, boss man, see, I bought me this 1996 Freightliner Columbia Century class for $4,000 the other day. I got a good deal on it, and found me an oil field tanker for another $3,000, and I just kind of look around, see if I can find some fertilizer work.
Well, good luck, bud, because times are getting tough, and, man, the rates are getting cheap. And we got this place sold up here. We're fixing to go see our other customer over here. And good luck to you, bud. Good luck.
Oh, yeah, ex-boss man, I don't need no luck, though, you know. I got skill. We got this handled, but I appreciate you. It's good running into you again, and best of luck this fertilizer season.
Who's that?
Hey, Mr. Joe Fertilizer, you remember me? I'm Lug Nut. I used to work for the boss man out there, Mr. 806, Mr. High and Mighty. But I heard you telling him, heard him tell you that he'd do it for $5 a mile. Well, I'll do it for $4. I'll do it for $4 a mile. If you sign right now today, I got a truck, and we'll do it for $4.
Are you serious? For $4? Well, hell, partner, get over here and sign right here. We'll take care of you.
You don't have to tell me twice. I sign right now. Lug Nut. Remember that name.
Pleasure doing business, Mr. Lug Nut. We'll see you tomorrow.
Choo-wee. made that sale. Boy, I sure hope diesel don't go any higher or have a flat or too many breakdowns, because it's gonna be tight at that rate. It's gonna be tight. But we gonna do it anyway. Come on.
did that little skit right before all this. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Are we done with ag trucking? I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. Well, I do have an answer. And the answer is no, we are not done with ag trucking. But we're going to talk about what's going on with it. First, we're going to drop down on this pad right here and we're going to unload some dirt. Go this way? Oh, work our way across? Okay. I'll get over here and spin around. I'll dump going out. Alright, thank you, bud. Spin around here. We're going to dump up against that side over here. road out here and roll our tarp over and head back to Amarillo, get another load. We're gonna do 5 of these today, y'all. So we'll have a little time to talk about what's been going on and what the future looks like, and do a little bit of exploring about what's going on with us. Loading number 2 here, y'all. Loading number 2 up. 3 scoops and we're done. We're just loading what are we loading? 23.5 tons is what they're putting on us every load. So we're not just real heavy. Kind of a base, it's just a base rate. Going over here to haul is 50 miles, 50 miles. And so we're doing. Alright, he got us done. We're doing 5 a day. And pretty easy pleasy, man. Easy pleasy. So why aren't we hauling fertilizer? Or let me rephrase that. How come we're not hauling very much fertilizer? Well, we lost some of our work down toward the house, and pretty much what the little skit was saying there is pretty much what happened. Somebody just came in and undercut the crap out of us, so that's just the way it goes. And usually by now, this time of year, we've already hauled maybe probably 100, 150 loads of fertilizer and of liquid, and I think we've hauled maybe 10. So, Boss Man actually sold, or is in the process of selling, one of our tankers. We actually brought it up here to Amarillo, so anybody looking for a fertilizer tanker, we got a 2010 Polar, the one Uncle Adam used to pull, for sale there at American Trailer here in Amarillo. So it's on consignment. Good trailer if anybody's looking for one. So we still have 2. Matter of fact, Ronnie hauled 2 loads to Clarendon. We do still have our Nutrien contract at Clarendon, but pretty much one truck can take care of Nutrien, except for when they get busy. It would take 2. So we're still taking care of them guys, but we had to find something to fill in. All them runs we used to do out of Amarillo there, pretty much non-existent. They're moving a lot of that by rail now, and they're not selling anything out of Amarillo right now, or not being able to get anything sold, or whatever. I'm not sure what's going on that, but we haven't moved any out of Amarillo. We've done a couple of hopper bottom loads still, but so we're still going to have some fertilizer. But man, I was getting in a bad way, y'all, and we'll talk about that while we're dumping over here in a minute. We'll talk about what was about to happen to me, and still could happen. I don't know how all this is going to work out. We'll talk a little bit about how this is paying here, and there's a big hickey on this deal. That's kind of that I'm going to make some money, but it's just not going to be a lot of money. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now I got to roll my tarp, and we got to get on the road. Round 2. Back here in Pampa, Texas. So I'm assuming what we're building here is a laydown yard for some windmill tower, the pedestals that sitting here stuttering, that the actual windmill sets on. They actually got a pad right here straight in front of us already done, and you can see some of those towers out there. This used to be, this yard used to be National Oilwell Varco's yard. They used to build workover rigs here and work on refurbish drilling rigs and whatnot. But I guess they transitioned. It's a different company here now, and they transitioned into making these towers. So we're doing this job, actually being dispatched by a company called DC Caliche out of Canyon, Hereford, over there, and kind of through my buddy Mark Graham at Driver Inc. And he's hooked us up with these jobs, and I think he's going to keep us pretty busy. So this DC Caliche, they got several pits all over the Panhandle. And as they need trucks for jobs, hopefully we can get on their call list and be able to come in and help out where needed. So I'm gonna kind of pay attention here right quick, see where we're gonna dump at. Bet you I'm gonna go over here on the side behind this black truck in front of us here. Alright, I think we're going to have to wait on him to come knock down a little spot right here where I can drive through and tie on. There you go. Yeah, he's going to knock me down a spot. Knock me down the spot. do a little bit of off-roading here. Try not to get no mud flaps. We're dumping. So if you guys think back to the toward the end of the summer, when we went and picked up that yellow belly dump in Amarillo, and we did all the suspension work to it and whatnot, and there's the one that was eating up the tires real bad. Well, the guy that we had borrowed that from, he's the one helping us out this work. He got the suspension fixed on it, got it aligned, so it should be good to go. So we're going to be getting that trailer again, and we're going to have 3 belly dumps running. Let's say Uncle Adam's got one, and I'm pulling this. Actually, Boss Man actually bought a, I think it's an 06 CPS, and that's one Adam's pulling right now. I got a brand new Armor Light we leased from American Trailer in Amarillo. That's what we're pulling right now, and then we're going to go get that yellow. I can't remember what it was, what brand it was, but it's kind of a heavy trailer. But for what he's charging us on the lease for it and whatnot, it's not going to be that bad of a deal. And I think we're going to try to use it more at home. We got a project coming up at home. Hampton Peanuts is actually putting in a barn and a dump there in Memphis, and so we're going to be hauling some base. Just going to be a little like 10-mile haul, hauling several loads of base. So we'll probably just put the little Mac Daddy or my father-in-law in the T600 or whatever. We'll probably be pulling that one there locally, and then when they don't have nothing to do there, of course we'll bring it out here and get on this. This job right here is probably going to last 2 or 3 more weeks, and then we'll talk a little more about what's going on after this job, or what we're looking for. So we get back over here to load. Hurry up and wait, right?
All the places I've been so far with working at gears, this is the one where they drive the worst.
Alright, we got number 3 loaded. These guys coming down the hill over there, got the excavator digging. Getting her done, getting her done. Number 3 loaded. So I really don't know what I was talking about earlier. I'm gonna go back and look at the footage and we'll talk. I'll pick up where I left off when we're unloading over here. I don't know if I was talking about what, I think I'm gonna be talking about what we got going on, what's coming up. But I'll check the footage and we'll talk about it on the other end. What I see over there, Mr. DOT hanging out. jumping to load number 4 here, y'all. Load number 4. Number 4, number 4. I can't stick it out there far enough. Sound like a personal problem, don't it? Sounds like a personal problem. But so let's talk a little bit about this mic is connected. Yeah, the mic is connected. Talk a little bit about what's not good about it. Dang it, boy. What's not good about this this deal right here. And as you know, I'm leased on to the boss man. And let's take a pause on that for a second. Alright, so I got sidetracked while we were loading over there. Got some phone calls. That took a little bit to deal with, and here we are 50 miles later pulling back into our drop-off location. Number 4, dropping off number 4 here. So I'm going to jump out right quick. Got 2 trucks right in front of me here. I'm going to jump out and go ahead and roll my tarp right here. That way we ain't got to mess with it in a minute. I don't think anybody's coming in behind me yet. Let's go roll this tarp. Gotta do that thing like a hopper bottom tarp sometimes. That thing's just a little bit out of whack. All right. So while we're easing in here, we'll talk about the percentage. I think that's what we're talking about. So, you know, boss man, me being leased on to him, gets, there you go, gets 20% of what the truck grosses for the week. That is for running under his authority, his numbers, and pulling his trailers. Now this deal we happen on here, this has a dispatch service, and this dispatch service has a fee, so it's 10%. So with that being said, I don't know if y'all can see that over there, but there's your train for today over there and coming at us, as a super trucker Dan would say. But yeah, so there's 30% being knocked off the top, and let's just say the truck grosses in 5 days $6,000. It's a good even number. So out of that $6,000, $1,200 goes to the boss man, and $600 goes to this dispatch service. So you're looking at $1,800 off the top, leaving me with $4,200. Now let's just say I put 4, 8, you know, 2,000 in diesel in. Then anywhere between 1,500 and 2,000 in diesel in for the week. then we're down there to $2,000, and then I usually pay myself at the house $1,200-1,500 a week, and so you're looking at about $500-600 left over at the end of the day. So, but we have come up with an idea, with a plan, kind of help mitigate some of that, and so this is where we're getting back to that yellow trailer, and we're gonna go pick it up, and I'm gonna pay the monthly lease on that trailer. And boss man said he would cut my lease down to 10%, because I'll be paying for the trailer, so I'll just be paying 10% for the authority to run under his authority. And that's pretty fair rate. Usually a trailer lease is about 13%, so really the authority deal should only be about 7%, but we'll make it work. We're gonna help him, he's helping me, he's helped me out a lot, so we're gonna make it work. But so that would add about $600 back at the end of the week on a $6,000 a week, and my lease on this trailer is only going to be about $200 a week, so about $800 a month. So that might make it bearable, doable. So, and with that being said, we always talk about everything's about to pop off. So, and man, we got a bunch of fertilizer called in today. So, and it's Friday. Man, all these guys stacked up over here together. It's Friday. And we're going to work tomorrow. We're going to work tomorrow. Now you can tell we are not in our running bunch. These guys won't even wave at me hardly. And you know these guys run together all the time. So we're the odd man out. I didn't get a wave out of a single one of them. Alright, so we are the odd man out. So I lost my train of thought. Yeah, we're talking about the fertilizer coming in. So we got a bunch of fertilizer coming in, so we're going to have to juggle that. And then we got to go over here pointing us where he wants us to go. Lock our differential in. Trying to pull over here toward him. Like we're gonna be shooting for that low spot up there. Yeah, we got her dumped in. Belly's closed up. we are coming out. So, today's Friday. I'll talk a little bit about what we got going on for the weekend. We get over here and load up our last load. We're putting some oil in. All right, so we made it back in here, loading our last load, number 5. About to roll down the hill here and get her done. So we're gonna run all day tomorrow too, Saturday. That's the plan. That's the plan. Let's get down the hill here. Yeah, I got you. He's asking me if we had a radio. We got a radio. Well, loader, put it on you. 2.5 scoops. Two and a half scoops. Well, the Raisin Bran's 2 scoops, right? It's just a little bit less than Raisin Bran. Take 2.5.
Are you good to go?
Thank you, man. See you tomorrow, bud.
Yes, sir. Hey, there's going to be some other guy loading you guys tomorrow. I won't be here tomorrow.
10-4. Have a good weekend, man. We'll see you Monday.
That's good. That's good.
like they're bringing another, like they're bringing a crusher in, or they're bringing it out. I think they're bringing it in. Got a bunch of concrete over there. I think they're going to start making some crushed concrete. So we're going to get out and roll our tarp and get back out on the road here. Alright guys, so we're westbound Highway 60 going through White Deer, Texas. How many of y'all know who the famous linebacker that played in the NFL, played at Texas Tech, who knows who, this is his hometown, White Deer, Texas. He played here part of his high school career, and they ended up moving about 15 miles east to Pampa, Texas to get some more exposure. But put it this way, he was a long-time Miami Dolphin. Well, see, he played for somebody else too, and it's totally escaping me right now. But anyway, leave it down in the comments of who that linebacker was. So we're going back to Amarillo. We're going to grab some diesel, and then we're going to go down to our buddy's Lowe's diesel service, and we're going to park our truck down there tonight. And Miss 806 is going to pick me up. I'm going to go have lunch with my daughter and my grandkids. Lunch, I mean dinner, not lunch. Dinner with my wife and my grandkids. Then I'm just gonna ride home with them, and then tomorrow morning when we come back up here to go to work, I'm just gonna ride in the truck with Uncle Adam back up here to Amarillo, and then I'll grab my truck and go to work. So that will be the plan, Stan, for tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Saturday. So Sunday I got to work on the T600 my father-in-law drives. For some reason, the low air warning buzzer and the low air warning light is not working on it. Actually, the buzzer is working. It's working just fine. It stays on all the time. So I actually found one of the low air warning switches was bad. I took it, I'm gonna change it out,
But using my power probe, I couldn't get that thing to still illuminate the lamp for it or whatever. So I'm gonna put that switch in. If that don't work, I'm gonna go out there on the firewall, tie into an airline, put a T with a quick connects with the threaded end, and I'm gonna get my own 60-pound low pressure switch, put in it, and then I'm gonna run I'm gonna wire it up to where the warning lamp deal is up there, and I'm just going to put a small little 3/4 inch light up there, and then I'm going to rig up that light and that buzzer and just put a label up there that says low air warning lamp, and we're going to kind of southern engineer it, as we call it at home, all county customize it. So should be fairly simple as long as I got all the fittings. And I'm gonna be working on it on Sunday in Memphis, Texas, so good luck if I need anything. We're gonna try to get it going. And we need to get that truck back on the road. We had some a little more fertilizer pile in today. Actually, that macro source, that stuff out of Amarillo I was telling you about is non-existent. We actually got a load called in out of there today, first load of the season. So we'll pick it up and take it over to Sayre, Oklahoma. I think Boss Man's gonna do that in the morning. He's gonna go to Amarillo, pick up that load, take it to Sayre, drop it off, ease up to Woodward, get a load, and take it back down by the house. So he's got the gravy train tomorrow. Me and Uncle Adam gonna stay on this, and we'll see what next week brings, and see if we can keep our heads above water. Now, my plan, if all this fails and I gotta let the truck go back to Ronnie and everything goes to shit, I'm planning on applying to this company we're helping out, this Driver Inc. Maybe go try to run a haul truck, drive a truck for them, run some equipment. I ain't gonna say operate some equipment because I'm not an operator, but I can run some equipment and maybe do a little mechanic and just kind of be a utility guy, you know, kind of do a little bit of the thing I've done everywhere I worked. I've never really been the guy for this or the guy for that. I've always kind of bounced around and did everything. When I worked in the oil field, man, I was a winch truck driver. I hauled water. I worked in the shop. I dispatched. I was a truck pusher. Ended up being a shop manager. It's a little bit of everything when I was in the oil field, and all of that at one company, all at one time. So it's just been. I'm not excellent at anything, but I'm pretty good at a lot of stuff. So that's kind of my motto: jack of all trades and a master at none. So that being said, we're going to get on down the road. I hope y'all enjoyed the ride today. Beautiful day other than the wind. 76 degrees. First day of March. What is it, March? In like a line, out like a lamb, or is that April that they did that? I can't remember. Time change will be coming up here in a week or two, I bet. Gotta look that up, see. Getting time for that storm chasing season. Y'all know we like that. And heck, y'all have a good weekend. I'll try to get this video up this weekend. I ain't making no promises, but there were 2 motorcycle cops out here in this wind. But y'all have a good weekend. Enjoy yourselves, and be sure to go down there and hit a like. If you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. We'd enjoy having you around. Getting closer to that 9,000 mark, on our way to 10,000. My goodness, I never would have imagined it. Kind of slowed down lately, but I've kind of slowed down on videos too, so that's mostly my fault. So for all you that keep coming back, keep commenting, even if I don't answer back a lot of times, I do read the comments, and I enjoy every one of them thoroughly. So I appreciate all you guys that leave a comment. Also, if there's something else other than like a daily vlog you'd like to see, maybe I'll do a POV video one day or something, or if there's something that you'd like to know, or whatever, leave that down in the comments and let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Y'all have a good weekend, and like we always say around here, keep the shiny side up, hammer down. We'll see y'all on the next. About to get my doors blowed off by a Freightliner. You got her there, man.